Hey, hi, it's me, Michael Kosta. It is July 28th, Monday. This is the Tennis Anyone podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you to all the new listeners. Holy shit, last week went big, huh? Who would have thought me griping about late night TV and the cancellation of Stephen Colbert, one of my comedic heroes, would have taken off the way that it did? But it did, thanks to you. Thanks to my YouTube subscribers and watchers. Thanks to people who've been listening from day one. I barely even mentioned tennis. I just was feeling sad, still am feeling sad about the cancellation of Stephen Colbert and what it means for America, free speech, being critical of the executive branch. Doesn't mean you like it, doesn't mean you don't like it, his show. But it's very important that we in the United States, through our First Amendment right of freedom of press and freedom of speech, have the ability to criticize those in power. And all of history will show you those rulers who try to silence the people who criticize power usually end up dead, hung. Well, everybody ends up dead. But it's authoritarian. It's fascism. It's dictators. It's bad. It's not what America is. It's not what America is. Of course, the one YouTube thing that took off, I didn't even have my book up, so I put it up today. I'm sure this one will go off. I also want to share with you a fun passage from the book, because as Montreal is being played right now for the women and men in Toronto, it reminded me of I used to play at the exact same place that the professionals are playing at Montreal. Why is there a flight right now? Oh, a lot of you are asking, like, is he in a sauna? Is he in a sauna? My sauna is right there. This is the warming room. It is very small due to permits and square footage. I put most of the size in the sauna. And this is the little tiny warming room where you quickly change. Up above me are the sauna hats and the robes. And this is the only place I can find that's quiet. So this is the only place in a house of kids and a wife and guests. This is where it's quiet. And it's hot sometimes in here. One time I made a mistake. I wanted to do a sauna after the podcast. And this, it does a good job holding in heat. But it also, and I'm like sitting here sweating going, why did I do that? So strongly support sauna, the Finnish word, and this is the only place anybody with kids or a family understands that this is the best place to do it. And I got two windows and a door open right now just to try to keep the cool down, which is why the flies are coming in. So I've played in Parc Jarry Park. I think it's Parc du Jarry, many times in Montreal as a professional myself, but it wasn't the event you're watching this week for the women. Remember, the men are in Toronto, the women are in Montreal. They go back and forth every year. Very Canadian, very fair, very gender equality. 1 year you get Montreal, 1 year you get Toronto. Also last week was the Just for Laughs Montreal Just for Laughs Fest. Many times I would go do the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival and then also go watch the tennis. Amazing. And really, shout out to Montreal. Shout out to what a great city that is that celebrates the summer like no one. Comedy festival, jazz festival, tennis. There's this park called Laurier Park where everyone just leaves their apartments and they bring their kitchen table out and they put it on the park. And everyone just sits with their kitchen table and their chairs and their bottles of wine and they just sit outside and they eat all day long. It's beautiful. It's awesome. If that were to happen in New York, your kitchen table would get stolen. There'd be so many rules and policies not allowing you to drink, or it's too, everything's difficult. And Montreal is really beautiful in that sense, getting a little biking around the whole city. Even though last week was not Montreal, this week is Montreal, but it reminded me, one, of a code violation that I got once in Montreal, and then that reminded me that in the back of my book, the very end of the acknowledgments, I actually have the code violation. This is it. And I want to read it to you, okay? It says, Open du Montreal, ITF Men's Future, Montreal, Canada. It says Canadian F2, The supervisor referee, Tony Choi, William Coffey. The player, Michael Kosta, USA, Canada F2, men's future, singles qualification round 2. This happened on June 15th, 2003. The chair umpire was Pierre-Yves Boucher. I was playing Andreu Radulescu. Some of you know that name probably. He was kind of a touted junior for a while. Total brat, total prick. I don't know what he's doing now. Might be a nice guy. Might have a loving wife and family. I hope he does. I wish him well. When we played this time, that was not the case. Description of offense. I, the undersigned ITF supervisor referee, certify that I have made a reasonable investigation into the facts and circumstances of the above-named player's conduct in the above-referenced match. Such player violated the ITF Code of Conduct as described below. Code section O, J. Offense, unsportsmanlike conduct, audible obscenity. 2. Point penalty schedule. Point penalty schedule. During an argument concerning a not-up call, do you know what that is? A not-up call, that's when the ball bounces twice, and when it bounces the second time, the umpire is supposed to say not up. Mr. Kosta threw a ball at his opponent, deliberately attempting to hit him. Then, on 2 subsequent occasions during the match, he shouted, "Fuck." During the match, each player was assessed a warning point game. I guess I got a game penalty? Jesus. In addition, I was fined $50. So I got a warning point and a game. Copies of the record and attachments have been mailed to the above named player, me. He'll be reading it in his book as a comedian 30 years later. The tournament organizer, the ITF, William Cho, signed it. During an argument concerning a not-up call, I remember this is ridiculous. I hit a drop volley at net because I'm a fucking hero, and he didn't get to it, and they said that he did. And if I recall correctly, I might have taken an overhead hard at him on purpose because this kid was a prick and missed him, and I missed the overhead is what I think. So what happened was I hit a drop volley. He ran up, definitely bounced twice. Both the chair umpire and him, he's a cheater, maybe he is now, I don't know. He pretended like he got it. The chair umpire was, by the way, we were playing on stadium court. Where you're watching Emma Raducanu play right now is where I was playing. There was 2 people in the audience, no one. He had coaches, I think. He was a young kid. I was probably 10 years older than him at the time. He pretended like he got it. He didn't. If I recall correctly, I had a very easy overhead, but the point was supposed to be over anyways. The umpire didn't call not up because he's an idiot. I don't know why. I missed the overhead, lost the point, and then I took the ball out of my pocket and I threw it at him. And it says deliberately attempting to hit him. I mean, how did I not hit him? You think if I hit the player, I'd be defaulted. I remember this match. $10,000 total prize money. This was in the second round qualifying. I wrote down below, I won this match, by the way. I wonder did I qualify that? I think I might have qualified and picked up a few points. It was just like one of these kids who was very, very, solid player, very difficult emotionally to play, very young. If I recall correctly, he had Team Canada on his side. And I felt like he was cheating me, even with a chair umpire. And I yelled fuck 2 times. Now I'm a comedian. Anyways, that's the last page of the book. It's a funny read. Lucky Loser, out now. Thanks for reading it. Thanks for those of you that have messaged me. I get really nice messages like, hey, thanks for putting that out in the universe. Or someone just messaged me. They got my book at a Finnish library. What? Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, that's funny. Also, today's Monday. Montreal started. The men are in Toronto. We'll go through results. I mean, there's some interesting results here. Let's do it now. The biggest newsworthy event, in my opinion, well, there's 2, but the biggest one is that Leylah Fernandez, 6-1, 6-2, in the final, won the City DC Open, the Mubadala City DC Open. I'm sorry. I thought she was done forever. She's too small. She doesn't pack enough punch. hell of a competitor, doesn't give up, very crafty, love the vibe, love the look. Who doesn't like Leylah Fernandez, especially when you compare her, which happens naturally, to who she lost to in that U.S. Open final, Emma Raducanu, who I've always said is a tough one. Tough for me to get on board with. Of course, she's now dating Carlos Alcaraz, which doesn't surprise me either. Interviewed both of them, and I kind of walked away going, maybe you two should date. I like Carlos. I just think there's like a language barrier, and I think he's probably just one of those guys who, wakes up in the morning and puts tennis balls in the cereal bowl and then fills the cereal bowl with mini tennis balls and eats the tennis balls. Good job. It's sweet. His strokes are sweet, and so are results. I was surprised that Leylah Fernandez won the entire tournament. WTA 500. Let's go through it. She's unseeded, folks. Unseeded. Leylah Fernandez beats someone from Australia named Joint, 3-3. Beats Jessica Pegula, 7-5 in the third, the number 1 seed. Beats Taylor Townsend, 4-6. Beats Elena Rybakina, the number 3 seed, 7-6 in the third. Beats Kalinskaya, 1-2 in the final. She beat Jessica Pegula in 3, Rybakina in 3, and then wins 1-2 in the final. So crazy, right? Crazy. Congrats for her. That's a nice purse of $121,000. Seems small to me for winning a WTA 500, but that's huge. Was it a 500? Yeah, 500 hard courts. She definitely plays her best on hard. I kind of feel like she's like a Leighton Hewitt a little bit. Moves really well and is fast, and so therefore on a hard court where she has traction and can move well, the counter-attacking style works best. Does that make sense? She's a hell of a fighter. The other one that's very interesting, and do yourself a favor, go to the ATP website or YouTube, whatever, and watch Alex de Minaur save 3 championship points against Davidovich Fokina and then win 7-6 in the third in a 3-hour match. These guys battle. This is in Washington. This is a fun run-up to the U.S. Open, these tournaments. I love them. D.C. is fun. Toronto's fun. Montreal's fun. Cincinnati's coming up. A lot of fun to watch this. But just de Minaur, to me, de Minaur is Davidovich Fokina. They're like play the same style of play, same style of game. Absolutely grinders, get everything, great mindset, fight hard. Go watch just the highlights of Alex de Minaur beating Davidovich Fokina. Let's look at the draw, shall we? Let's see who he beat. The championship points that he saves are insane. It's just, he's such a fighter. He absolutely is the last person I would ever want to play. I used to say that about. de Minaur wins his 10th title. Guys, all right, let's do this the old-fashioned way. Calendar. This was July. Wait, Cincinnati. That's coming up. That's August. Gosh dang it. There it is. Draws. Let's work. He's a 7 seed. Let's work backwards. Should have had this ready for you. Should have had it ready for you. Probably got to buy first round. Yes, he did. Bye. Then he beat Bu from China in the round of 32. He beat him 6-2. Then in the round of 16, he beat Lehechka 6-4 in the third. Then he beat Nakashima 4-4. Then he beat Mute, a lucky loser, 4-3, which Mute is super fun to watch. The sun just got weird. Now I got shadows on my face. God damn it. I'm basically doing this outside for you guys. He beat Mute 4-3, and then he beat Fokina 5-7, 6-1, 7-6, 3 in the breaker. Hell of a match. Let's see the stats. How long was it? I'm going to say 3 hours. 3 hours, 3 minutes. No, that's the date. No, that's the time. I'm not going to get into that right now. But cool, right? Cool. Alex de Minaur is a nightmare. The devil. What do they call him? The The devil, something like that. Fun to watch. And also, one thing to pay attention to with David Fokina, everyone needs to remember that when you come to net, you meant to put the ball into the open court if it's going to be a winner. If it's not going to be a winner, hit it behind the person. Okay? All right? I know it's easy to know. I know it's easy to say, like, but I thought it was going to be a winner. Yeah. But too often, Fokina comes forward and he has a ball that should go to the open court hard as a winner. He doesn't really know how to volley, so he volleys it back to Alex de Minaur, who can then do more. Here's another way to think of it. Easy volley, go to the open court. Hard volley, go back to the player. Okay? Easy ball, finish it. Hard ball, back to the player. Stay alive. If there's one thing you take from tennis, come forward, easy ball, pound it for a winner. Hard ball, back to the player and get ready for another shot. There we go. So congrats to Leylah Fernandez and Alex de Minaur. I also wanted to look into this Trump golf ball thing. Golf ball Trump context. He was golfing. Video of Donald Trump cheating at golf goes viral. He was golfing and the caddy, no look pass, drops the ball behind him. It looked like they were looking for the ball and they couldn't find it, so the caddy dropped Trump's ball. What I find super annoying is that the morning talk shows wouldn't really be critical of Trump on this because everyone's so fucking afraid of him. This comes from Newsweek. President Donald Trump has been accused of cheating at golf after footage of him on the course went viral on social media. Why it matters. I mean, first of all, we all just assume it. The guy cheats, period. So it doesn't surprise us that he cheats at golf. Accusation around Trump's conduct in recreational settings such as golf often serve as a proxy for debates about personal integrity. Oh, don't tell us this. We know this shit. What to know? The video shows two of Trump's caddies walking ahead of his golf cart before one appears to drop a ball. By the way, he dropped a ball. He doesn't appear. What I want to know is, were they looking for the ball, couldn't find it, and the guy's like, let me just do a fake drop, and then we'll find the ball? Or was it a hazard and he needed to take a drop and he just made sure that was the ball? The president gets out of his cart, seemingly as if his original shot. The snippet does not show what happens after that point. The clip appears to have originally been posted by Patriot Takes, an X account that has long been critical of Trump and Republicans, and which describes itself as exposing right-wing extremism and other threats to democracy. The Republicans Against Trump, an account dedicated solely to criticism, also shared the video in a post. It says, Trump working hard to bring down grocery prices. Yeah, exactly. The chatbot answered, in the video, a companion drops a golf ball from the sand trap onto the fairway, allowing an improved lie without penalty. Clear evidence of cheating, which aligns with known allegation about Trump's golf habits. So if it improves your lie, that's definitely cheating. I was wondering if liberal media was all freaking out because he had hit the ball into a hazard and needed to do a drop, and this caddy was dropping for him. No, sounds like he had a shitty lie, and this is a way of finding your ball. So probably what happened was the caddy dropped the ball, so Trump had a good lie, and then inconspicuously picked up the real ball that was a bad lie, right? What people are saying. Rick Riley told Deadline, I've always said golf is like bicycle shorts. It reveals a lot about a guy. And what it reveals about this guy is he cannot lose. He has to win, and he will do anything to cheat. Yeah. I mean, it fits, right? It fits. It fits with who you think. I mean, I would say probably everybody cheats at golf. I don't like to cheat at golf, but I'm not playing competitively. I will kick the ball sometimes, so it's in a better lie. I'm not the president. I would also think the president is playing for fun. What's funny about this is it would almost just be better if Donald Trump would just see his ball and then take the club and kind of hit it for a better lie. This like behind the back, no look pass of a new ball. It's soft. It summarizes everything about this guy. He's like everyone who works for me help me look great no matter what happens. When really, if you're playing golf for fun, you can just improve your lie. God, this guy is such a faux male, right? Real male. Or be so good at golf that if you have a shitty lie, you can still get it close. The fact that other people do the dirty work is what bothers me here. Not that he's improving his lie on the course. Let me say that more soundbitey. I don't care if Trump wants to improve his lie on the golf course. What's sickening about this, and what tells us a lot about his personality, is that someone else is doing it for him. Didn't he draft the dodge the draft too? Hey, you go fight. You go fight. I've played golf at a country club a few times with caddies, and I've never said to them, hey, if I have a bad lie, make sure you throw a new ball down. But I wonder if you could do that. Just improve it, dude. Improve your lie. Yeah. And then when you get a question, you go, yeah, I had a bad lie, so I improved it. I wonder if there's footage of the other guys cheating. Probably. God, also do yourself a favor. Watch this drive. Should we do that just for you guys? George W. Bush, watch this drive. Now watch this drive. That is too good. Bush. Now watch this drive.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
I call on all nations to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive, America. Too good. Too good. What else did I have on here? I want to thank the new followers and subscribers. Please share this. Please leave ratings and reviews. I'll be in San Antonio on Friday. I'll be in Dallas on Saturday. I've got a big contingent of Illini tennis fans and friends coming on Saturday. Thank you guys for that. Montreal, great city, props love. You can get all tickets to my shows in San Antonio and Dallas at michaelcosta.com/tickets. I see. So I was gonna ask you. I'll save it for next week. What do you think about the golf cheating? What do you think? Message me. What do you think? You think this is media getting mad at Trump for everything? Or you think this is actually important? Do you think it actually tells you something about the guy? I can tell you what I think. I think it tells you something. I think it shows you a lot, personally. And I think probably my guess would be people on the right think this is not a big deal, and people on the left think it is. I can tell you as somebody who declares no left or right that this, to me, shows a lot about the personality of this person. Now, the bigger question is, we've known this about this guy. Does anybody care who votes for him? No. But I think that's wrong. And I think we should care about personal integrity, even though a politician and personal integrity seems a little oxymoronic, because if you had true personal integrity, you probably wouldn't even run for office. You'd probably just coach your daughter's volleyball team and volunteer at the church and make love to your wife in a missionary position. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael Kosta. This is the Tennis Anyone podcast. See you in San Antonio this Friday. See you in Dallas this Saturday. Pick up Lucky Loser. Thank you for reading it. It's also available on audiobook. Leave a rating and a review for the Tennis Anyone pod. And enjoy watching Montreal and Toronto this week. More soon. Game, set, match, Kosta.